Welcome, friends, to an extra special episode of A VGM Journey. And I'm your host, The Messenger. The track that we're playing in today's show is Title Screen from the game Mario Party, and that was composed by Yasunori Mitsuda. We're going to do things pretty different this week, and we're going to focus on a trilogy of games, specifically the Nintendo 64 Mario Party Trilogy. And to kick things off, I'm going to play a block from the first Mario Party, which all the music was composed by Yasunori Mitsuda. And we're going to hear the tracks DK's Jungle Adventure, Wide Wide Ocean, Coins of the World, and Eternal Star. So let's give those tracks a listen. That awesome block of music that you just heard, they were DK's Jungle Adventure, Wide Wide Ocean, Coins of the World, and Eternal Star from the game Mario Party, and it was composed by Yasunori Mitsuda. Just pretty recently, I played the first Mario Party for the first time in a little over 15 years, and it has left a little bit of an impression on me, because I really want to say that it's a really good game, but it has some very questionable design choices, especially with the mini games. And this was the infamous Mario Party game where some of the mini games required you to rotate the control stick, and people went overboard with it and would start to use the palm of their hands and go super nuts with it, causing them to get blisters. I didn't go that far on that, but I thought the experience was a little painful. I also thought the fact that you could lose minigames, not that there's a winner, but that you could straight up lose minigames and even lose your coins at it too. And so I thought that was kind of a questionable design choice as well. But overall, even with these major gripes that I have, I find it to be a pretty good game, and it's definitely one to check out. But man, this second game though, I think it's really special. So let's hear some music from Mario Party 2, and that soundtrack was composed by Hironao Yamamoto, Shohei Bando, and Kazuhiko Sawaguchi. And these 4 tracks are Western Land, Going for the Coins, The Blue Skies Yonder, and Spaceland. wonderful tracks that you just heard. That was Western Land, Going for the Coins, The Blue Skies Yonder, and Spaceland from the game Mario Party 2. And those songs were composed by Hironao Yamamoto, Shohei Bando, and Kazuhiko Sawaguchi. To be honest, it's not going to be much of a hot take, but Mario Party 2 is my most favorite Mario Party game of all time. That game is pretty amazing. I would say it's one of the best multiplayer experiences on the Nintendo 64. I think the boards are a lot more interesting. I think the soundtrack as a whole, believe it or not, I think it's better than the first game, and you really don't want to go against Yasunori Mitsuda, but I think these tracks are better for the most part. I don't think you could really beat that Eternal Star track from the first game though. And the minigames are a lot better too, even though they do reuse a lot of the minigames from the first game, but they have tweaked them enough where they're a bit more fair and a lot more fun. And I think one of my most favorite things about the game is that whatever board that you pick, all the characters dress up for that theme. So like Western Land, for an example, everybody gets a cowboy hat and they have a vest, and it looks really cool. And actually, speaking of Western Land, one of the best things that you can do on that board is go to the milk bar and have yourself a hootenanny. I think if you were to play that board, you should at least try out the hootenanny at least once. And also, definitely check out this game. Because like I said, I think it's one of the best multiplayer experiences on the Nintendo 64, and it's a must-play for any owner of the Nintendo 64. So, we're now going to focus on one more game, and we're going to play several tracks from Mario Party 3, and that soundtrack was composed by Ichiro Shimakura, and the tracks that we're going to play are Deep Bloober Sea, Got It, Game Guy Minigame, and Waluigi Island. Let's give those tracks a listen. Those tracks that you just heard are Deep Bloober Sea, Got It, Game Guy Minigame, and Waluigi Island from the game Mario Party 3, and it was composed by Ichiro Shimakura. And that's going to just about do it for the show this week. If you like what you've been listening to, give me a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. And if your friends are looking for something new to check out, have them check me out on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, whatever podcatching service that you could think of, the show is going to be on there. And you can also email the show at vgmjourney@yahoo.com. And you can also check us out on Twitter at vgmjourney. I'm going to play out with one more track, and it's another track from Mario Party 3. The track is Good Luck, and it was composed by Ichiro Shimakura. Have a good week, everyone.